If there's anything that my past relationships have taught me, it's that sometimes what you want ain't what you need. We've already tackled what you need in part 1 of this 2-part video series, so in today's episode, I'll go over what you absolutely want to have when launching a digital marketing campaign. Hello, my name is Alex, and thank you for checking in to the Fun and Funnels podcast. Welcome to the Wildish Network, where we like to mix entertainment with a little bit of information and just a dash of education. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future Fun and Funnel episodes, and like this video even if you didn't like it. In part 1, we went over 3 things that you must have when launching a campaign: a product or service worth your potential customers' while, content to show off your product or service, and a way for those people who are interested in your product or service to contact you or make a sale. But those 3 things don't guarantee success, and neither will this next list, but it will give you more of an idea of what you want to have when you are running a digital marketing campaign, whether on social media or via search engines or both. Let's start with the first thing that you are absolutely going to want to have: a sufficient quantity of quality content. One video might be all you actually need, but to fully utilize the abilities that digital advertising platforms like Facebook and Google provide, you will want to have a collection of quality content. The retargeting step has become an integral part of running a properly functioning digital marketing sales funnel. If you have multiple products or services, consider at least one piece of content and copy for each. That way you can retarget to specific groups of people who have visited a certain product or service webpage or have shown interest in an individual option that you provide. Number 2, a supportive budget. No matter how great your content might be, if you can't afford to get it in front of people's eyes, you won't be able to gain the success that you deserve. Advertising platforms determine your ability to reach the most likely to convert by a combination of quality of your advertisements, the user experience of your landing page, and the amount of money you are willing to spend per action or metric. A minimum daily budget I would suggest for each ad group or ad set would be $5 to $10. Any less and you won't really be able to compete to get in front of those eyes who are willing to convert. If you can imagine a series of buckets laying in a row, the first bucket are unknown users. They could be great, they could be detrimental. In the second bucket, there are people who convert, let's say, 25% of the time. In the third bucket, people who convert 50% of the time, and so on. Now, those numbers are completely arbitrary, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of a visualization of how these platforms determine with what group your advertisements are placed. Spend too little, and you're automatically left out of the more expensive but higher potential of converting audience grouping. Number 3, specific landing pages. If your website has many different products or services, it can be very helpful when retargeting towards visitors of your webpage. If they were looking at running shoes, you don't really want to waste your money showing them ads of high heels, and vice versa. Now, obviously, people do have shared interests, and they might come to your site looking for A, but actually convert by purchasing B. However, when you create specific landing pages with quality content that creates a more enjoyable, fruitful experience for those users, you not only help to increase your organic reach and traffic, but you also increase the probability that you will be able to convert by reintroducing your page visitors to the product or service with which they had initially shown interest. And number 4, the ability to pivot. Now, if you're like me, you probably can't say the word pivot without thinking of Ross screaming on that impossible stairwell. Now, to get back on track, when rules change, you can't quit. You have to pivot. And that's something you need to be able to do when you enter the digital marketing world. Privacy concerns, data leaks, and evolving internet habits all have an effect on what direction digital advertising platforms shift. And when they do, you have to be able to pivot. You might not be ready, you might not even be willing, but you really don't have a choice. When the rules change, unless you want to abandon everything you've created and worked for up to that point, you will have to learn to pivot, and you can pivot with style. Thanks for watching this episode of Fun and Funnels. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like the video if you liked it. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or any suggestions of something you'd like me to cover in a future Fun and Funnels podcast, there's really only one place to leave that, so please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and check out the rest of the Wildish Network for more entertainment, informational, and educational content.